Hi, everyone. Welcome to Leaf Rants. The Leafs win 3-2 against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and we love that around here. We love when they win. Honestly, it was a game where they gave away the first period, took control of the second, kind of owned the third, and then completely owned overtime. And, I think I might start with overtime because Crosby and Malkin didn't touch the ice in overtime. That's it. That's all you need to know about this game. Crosby and Malkin did not touch the ice in overtime. So let's break down the goals, why don't we? So, to start off, Pittsburgh kind of owned the first period. Shots, what were the shots? 10-5 in the first. They're the much better team. Leafs took a bunch of penalties in this game as well. Penalty kill was really good. Raquel spins around, snipes on Samsonov. Good screen from Michael Bunting, and it's 1-0 Pittsburgh. But then we go to the second, and the Leafs take control here, and they push back, and the shots were tied 9-9 somehow, but the Leafs looked like the much better team for sure, and they capitalize on it, and they take advantage of that. And Matthew Knies gets his 15th goal of the year from Brody, who's honestly, you know what? He's stepped up a little bit recently. He's looked pretty good. Like, I've liked TJ Brody's game. I can't lie. And I have a little switch up in the D pairs that I think I'd consider trying if I'm Sheldon Keefe. But that's Matthew Knies' 15th goal. Matthew Knies tonight had 1 goal, 2 hits, 10 minutes and 21 seconds of ice time. He had a good game. Not a lot of ice time either. He has 6 points in his last 7 games. Or no, sorry. He has points in 6 of his last 7, which might be more impressive. But that obviously wasn't the story of tonight. That's it for the second period. Leafs took a bunch of penalties. I think this is where Bobby McMahon absolutely baseball swings Sidney Crosby in the face, and it's not a penalty. I don't know how that's not a penalty. Apparently, obviously Bobby McMahon hit the puck. If you watch it, McMahon hit the puck into Crosby's face, but the puck's not there, and that's a 4-minute penalty. Leafs get a bit of a lucky break there. I'd be okay with just a 2-minute penalty there. You got to give something. You can't just say, oh, yeah, stuff happens. It's no. You can't do that. You can't just baseball swing just because the puck's in the middle. Robertson tried something like that not too long ago, I don't think. And I was like, why would you do that? And then McMahon does the same thing. And it's yeah, why would you do that? You're not asking anything good. Even if you touch it, it's high sticking still. So what's the point? But whatever, the Leafs find their way. I think it was 4 penalties at that point. Yeah. Penguins had 5 power plays in this game. I think that one would have been the 4th or 5th or something like that. Third period, the Leafs get a power play. And they played Tampa pretty recently. And they had a power play that was struggling, and it still is struggling a little bit. It's obviously has the helps with Mitch Marner back. But Austin Matthews scored. Tavares won the faceoff. Riley over to Matthews, and Matthews just one-timed it home 3 seconds into the power play. On this power play, they just cut out Morgan Riley. John Tavares looked back at Matthews. Matthews was not looking at him at all. And that's those. Here, wait. decides to do his little face-off thing, and he scoops it back to Austin Matthews, and Matthews is like, he's standing there. Everyone knows he's shooting it. Every single person in that building, every single person on the ice, every single person watching knows Austin Matthews is shooting this thing, and he just leans on his left leg, and bam! I'm right-handed, by the way, and it's a very tight space back here, so don't judge my shot too much. There's nothing anyone can do about that. Austin Matthews, 65 goals. He has 51 in his last 55. Let's pull up some stats about that, okay? That matches Alexander Ovechkin's career high in 2007-2008. He becomes the 13th player in NHL history to score 65. If you go by eras, Esposito and Bossy in the 70s, Gretzky, Curry, McDonald, Lemieux, Yzerman, I don't know how to say that last name, Nichols in the 80s, Hall, Solani, McGinley in the 90s, and in the cap era, Ovechkin and Matthews. That's from James Myrtle. Pretty exclusive list. That is crazy, man. Crazy. That's so good. So friggin' insanely good. Like, 65 goals. Tonight he had 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 blocks, 19 minutes and 9 seconds of ice time, and he scored a 65th goal of the season. Oh my God, I can't talk. Also, like, that line's looked pretty decent, wouldn't you say? They've looked pretty, like, I don't know. But Drew O'Connor scores 12 minutes later. And it's a play that Crosby gets it to Joseph, who flicks it in, and Drew O'Connor's just behind. Like, he's in, like, the crease, and he just finds a way to tap it home because it's wide open in there. You can't really blame anyone too much there. It's something that happens. And honestly, Pittsburgh, they get a point out of this game. They get a point. They kind of need it. They're fighting for a playoff spot. The Leafs aren't. They're in a playoff spot, and they've been much better on the road this season. I think I'm a little bit more confident with them being not having home ice advantage, if that makes any sense. I know you got, like, first change and stuff, but you know what? Hockey's weird. The Leafs are a very weird team. That's why they haven't won it since 1967. It's whatever. I want them to have a way, like, I don't want them to have home ice advantage. Like, I'd like home ice advantage. I'd take it, but I'm not going to lose any sleep about them not having it, and I don't think you should either. Then we go to overtime. A minute 30 into overtime, Matthews and Marner are reunited, and it feels so good. They're reunited, and they score. Marner gets it to Matthews, who finds Jake McCabe, who walks up, and Jake McCabe snipe. My God. Jake McCabe, best thing Kyle Dubas has ever done for the Toronto Maple Leafs, bites him in the ass tonight. And they win. So, yeah. That's the game. Sammy was good. Everyone was good on Toronto. Ilya Lyubushkin, actually. I have not liked his game recently at all. I'm not going to lie. So I saw they were giving Riley McCabe a lot of shots. I'm like, okay. I would have rather just kept Luke Shen, just so everybody knows. But okay. Riley McCabe. Then what? Benoit Liljegren, I guess. But when Edmondson's back, you probably want to do Edmondson Liljegren. Okay, so that leaves you with Brody, Labushkin, and Benoit. Brody's been really good recently moving the puck. So do you put Brody, Labushkin? Or to keep Benoit and McCabe together? There's so many options they have, and you know what? It's such a good problem for them to have. Just like offensively, what are they going to do in Yarncroke's back? Honestly, Calle Yarncroke is the Austin Matthews of Alex Kerfoot's, if that makes any sense to you. And if it does, then, well, you'll get it. But he is. He's the Austin Matthews of Alex Kerfoot's. And I'm glad they have him. And he doesn't make that much. He makes less than Alex Kerfoot himself. But yeah. So coming out of this game, the Leafs improved to 23-9-1 over their last 33 games. That's the fourth best record in the NHL in that span. Only Rangers, Carolina, and Dallas is higher. I don't know about now, because that's when they were in 32 games, when they were 22-9-1. That's from James Myrtle, by the way. Also, Nylander only has 3 points in his last 8 games. He's 4 points away from 100, and what, they have 5 games left. Nylander has 3 games left to play. He won't play in the final 2 for sure. Nylander, Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Martin Jones will start those final 2 games. Start them back-to-back. I don't care. That's probably what you're doing. Probably taking all those guys out. Probably going to take Riley out. And then everyone fights for themselves there. And you know what? TJ Brody will find his way into the playoff lineup if this is a true playoff team, because you know what? Injuries happen. And playoff Mo is going to be a different breed. We saw that last year, like just how good he really can be in the playoffs. I know he's always good in the playoffs, but that's why he's here. But, you know, the penalty kills really improved. Sammy won the belt tonight. Sammy won the belt. That's great. Yeah. Sammy won the belt. Leafs looked pretty good. And, you know what? There's one more thing I want to talk about. What the hell was going on with Sidney Crosby? Man, he just got the refs to, stop play, 5 times. It was so weird. I understand he got friggin' he got smacked by Bobby McMahon right in the face. But, there's 7 other... he did it, 2 seconds later when Matthews and him collided. What? What? How do you... What? I don't know. That was just weird. I just thought I should bring that up, but... Oh, apparently Crosby didn't start OT due to a skate issue. I saw he skated his... I saw that Crosby changed his skates, and he doesn't wear socks. He doesn't wear socks. Is that normal? Apparently some hockey players don't wear jocks, but is that normal to not wear socks? Jocks is insane. But honestly, is socks also not insane? You don't wear socks in your sweaty skates? That's crazy to me. I don't know. I don't blame him for getting a new pair, though. They'd be pretty friggin' sweaty. But they win. They win. And the penalty kill's getting a lot of practice. And the power play. Their new method of just giving it to Austin Matthews and him scoring. And you only need about 3 seconds power play time when you do that. So, yeah. You know what? That's it for this video. It's back-to-back. They play tomorrow night. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, clicking like makes me feel pretty good about these videos. Clicking subscribe also makes me feel pretty good. Thanks for watching. AM65.